Good afternoon. I have been busy thinking of things to do for the holidays, for Christmas, and just gift ideas. And while at some arts and crafts shows earlier, back in the summer and the spring and the fall, I found that jewelry really does well. People sell jewelry really well. And I was just thinking, well, what about wooden jewelry? So I got to looking around on the internet and on YouTube and all to find out about, if anybody's out there making wooden stuff. And it turns out there really is a lot of people making wooden things, wooden rings and necklaces and all this. And Tyler Dressel, anyway, I think I got that name right, has a very good video on making wooden rings. And he also has one for making amulet and some other jewelry. So I'm going to leave a link to his channel. I really like him. He's really thorough with his videos, and it's not just sped through, and you have to guess what they're doing and what they're using. He actually explains what he's doing, and I like that myself because it's very informative to me. But anyway, I like the way he did his rings. So I got to researching on, and there's all different kinds of inlays to use and all this stuff. But anyway, I thought I was just going to try today to make a simple ring. Just make a simple ring my size that I'm going to replace my wedding band with, and see how it holds up between now and Christmas. And if it does well, I'm probably going to make some rings and stuff for Christmas and things like that. So that's basically my mindset in this. So anyway, getting started out, I've got some new tools in my shop, and I'm really excited to use them. I'll be using one today, and it's my Carter & Son tools. The nice lady there at Carter & Son, Valerie, she contacted me a couple of weeks ago and asked if I would like to receive some of their tools free of charge. And she said that they're enthused by my YouTube channel and my promotion of people sharing knowledge with each other and things like that. So she wanted to support my wood turning endeavors, and she gave me my choice of tools, and they sent them. Actually they sent them like Friday or Thursday, and they were here like Friday evening. So they got here really fast. But just a quick talk about these tools. All of my lathe tools that I use have generally been M2 high-speed steel, which is very good steel for wood turning. And they get very sharp, and they hold an edge longer than just the high carbon steels. So that's what I've always used. And a couple of years ago, I won my roughing gouge right here. I got my choice of this when I took first place in Carl Jacobson and Alan Stratton's 2014 Christmas Ornament Challenge. And it has been a beauty of a tool. I've never really talked about it a lot or anything like that, but right out of the box it was super sharp, just like all of these. All of these came, they're super sharp, sharpened by hand up there at Carter & Son. But it really does hold an edge. This roughing gouge here, you're cutting through bark, and I'm rough on my roughing gouge, but this thing holds up really well to the abuse that my shop can put onto them sometimes. But I'm really anxious to try out my other tools, which I got a 5/8 bowl gouge, a 1/2 inch bowl gouge, and a 3/8 inch spindle gouge. And these are basically replacements for my old gouges. Valerie did not ask me for a review or anything. She said, I just want to support your wood turning channel. So, you know, this isn't actually a review or anything like that. I'm just informing you that, you know, I've got me a new set of tools. And they are sweet. But very, very sharp. Very, very sharp. Let me see. Where is my other? Right off the bat, the biggest differences, first of all, the cutter bar is a lot longer than my other 5/8 gouge. And the handle is a lot longer, a lot better leverage, nice heavy tool, and it seems to be balanced really well. Haven't got to use it yet, really anxious to get started. But, and I do have a project that I'm about to get started on after I do this one. So, but let's get started on some rings and get going on this. Okay, I want to make a ring my size. Okay, so I was wondering, how do you convert a ring size to standard metric? So, hey, Google it. I Googled it and I found this chart here. I found this chart. And I'll leave a link to the PDF where you can download it if you'd like to. But it shows the United States, Canada, UK, Australia, Europe, China, all these different countries' ring sizes. And over here, it's showing the circumference and diameter of the interior of your ring, the interior diameter of your ring. So if my ring is a size 11, which is here, it will be 20.4 millimeters diameter on the inside, and that ring should fit me. So anyway, but I'll leave, that's how I'm gonna size my ring and just see how it goes. And I'll leave the PDF link in the description below, so you can go to this page and download this if you'd like to. So anyway, let's get started on it. I've got a nice piece of mahogany here. It's just a piece of scrap. It's about 1.25 inches by 1.25 inches, and I'm gonna start by turning this, turn it into a cylinder, and just get it roughed down into a cylinder, and then I'm gonna start hollowing out for the inside, and then we'll start shaping the outside. See how it goes. All right, let's get her started. Okay, let's just begin by roughing down our blank. It's 1.25 inches by 1.25 inches. The blank's about 6 inches long. It's going to rough down about 4 or 5 inches of it into a cylinder to get ourselves started on this thing. Okay. Now once we've got our cylinder, we can get ready to drill our hole. So I want to find out what size I have. You can see here it shows the millimeters and all the different ring size conversions. Mine is a US Canada size 11, so the millimeters are 20.6. So I know I need a diameter, inside diameter of 20.6. So I set my calipers to 20.6 millimeters, and I'll test it against my actual ring first, and it's perfect match. Perfect match. Then I'll compare it to my Forstner bits. I want to find a Forstner bit that's just a slightly bit smaller, and this is it. It's my 3/4 bit, and we'll get started on the hole here. Got my 3/4 bit in, and I'm just going to drill the depth of the head. That'll leave me a little bit of extra to play with. The ring's only going to be about 1/4 inch wide, maybe 5/16 in that area. So I'm going to go the depth of the head right here. and that should be plenty deep enough to make my ring. Now I got to widen the hole on out just a little bit until it matches my calipers. And I'm just going to do that with a skew, using it like a scraper. See if it works. And now we've got it. It's a 20.6 millimeter hole. Aha! Alright, I got to use my Carter and Son tool for a few seconds here. Just it is very sharp, but I only got to use it just a couple of seconds. But I think I'm gonna like it. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I will. I'll switch over to the skew now and scrape it down nice and smooth, and start rounding over the front edge, or the top edge. I'll just use my skew as a scraper and do that. And I'll have to do the inside also. So we'll scrape it off and make it nice and rounded on the inside. Mainly just for comfort. Also aesthetics. It does make it look better also. Or I think anyway. Just making a couple of decorative marks. No, I'm cutting it off. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready to not actually part the ring, but I'm wanting to work on this side and round over the top on it also, which is you can see here I'm just using my skew as a scraper and just rounding that over really nice to match the other side. This way the only part that's unfinished will be the inside diameter of that. Alright, I'm going to make a couple of decorative marks here after I trim it down some. Okay, be very careful here that you don't go all the way to your drilled out hole, because if you do, well, you can finish the ring, but it'll be tougher. I'm going to sand it up to about 220 grit before I add my marks, little decorative marks. We'll just go ahead and sand it up. Now this thing is about, actually it's less than a 1/16 of an inch thick, probably closer to 3/32. The inside here. Alright. Okay, nice and sanded up now, up to 220 grit. Now I'm going to put in my marks. Now I'm going to put in my marks. Just a small little V groove on each side of the ring. A couple of millimeters in from the edges. And then I'm going to use this precious metals gold leaf stuff that I got at Hobby Lobby. It is really pretty. And I'm going to put it on with just a Q-tip or a cotton swab. Just paint it on there. And once that cures up, I'll just sand it back off, and that'll leave it in the grooves. I'll leave it in the grooves, and that'll give me two golden lines cut right into the ring itself. Sand it up really nice. And then I'm gonna, we've got to blow it out, get all the dust out of it and everything, because we're about to put CA on it. And the CA that I used is simply just to penetrate into the wood and harden up the wood. You see I'm using thin. That's for penetration, to get down into the wood. And this is just to make the ring a little bit more durable than just wood, because this is really thin. You know, I don't know how durable it'll be. I'll find out as time goes by, and I'll post it up in future videos too, see how it's doing. Now put a coat on the outside, and we'll see how this works. I'm not doing a CA finish, I'm going to do a lacquer finish. So this is just to harden the wood up. Now we'll part it off once the CA is cured. I'll just part it off with my skew. There she is. Now I've just got a little bit more finish work to do. So what I'm going to do is turn my blank down into a ring mandrel that I can mount rings on to finish up. And basically it just tapers down. I went to a very small diameter on this end and just tapered it up to a larger diameter on the other end. I should be able to get most ring sizes on this mandrel. One way to straighten it out once you put your ring on there is just slide a tool up to it and touch it, and it trues it right up. But now I'm just gonna round over the top, make sure it's good, make sure it stays good, and I'm gonna have to use my detail gouge, which I got the design for this grind from Cindy Drozda. And it really reaches up under there really well, but it's a very shallow grind. And I watched her video on how she grinds her spindle gouges, and that's how I did mine. Basically it has no bevel. Alright, we'll CA this side. Once the CA's cured up on this side, then I'll sand it. Wipe it all through there. Get everything nice and neat. Now we'll just start sanding. This is 600 grit. Get this sanded at 600 grit. Blow it off real good. And then we're going to start our lacquer finish. Very light lacquer finishes. The ring is already sealed with CA, so you don't want to spray too much lacquer or it'll start running with you. Okay. So now we're going to finish sanding up. I've put 3 coats of lacquer all together on the ring, and I was sanding at 600 and then 1200. Between each coat. And wet sanding really works well. Keeps your sandpaper from clogging or getting hot, and I just like it better. And here's our 1200 grit. I'm just going to sand it at 1200 and proceed on to the next coat. I put 3 coats total on this, plus the CA. And here's the final coat. I'm just kind of inspecting and shooting at the same time to make sure I've got a good even coat.
Well, alright.
was a lot easier than I thought, and it fits. It's a little tight, but it goes on and comes off. I believe the lacquer finish is going to be nice. Of course, I hardened, basically I penetrated the entire piece of wood with thin CA to soak through there and, you know, hopefully harden it up and make it a little more durable. But yeah, it fits just fine. It goes on and comes off. It's just a touch bit tighter than my other ring, but it goes on and comes off just fine. And actually it's summertime too, so you know, your fingers are bigger in the summertime than they are in the winter, so if it comes off now, it should be just fine. But I like it. Don't ask. But yeah, I really enjoyed this project, and it's the first one I've tried to do. I really like it, and I think I'm going to make some more. I've probably got less than an hour in the whole thing, and that's even waiting for the finish to cure. That's a nice glossy finish, and it, you know, it's cured up using the lacquer. But now any type of finish that you'd want to use, CA finish would be really awesome on this project. Epoxy, an epoxy finish would be good. I believe the CA would probably be better because it's a little bit harder, probably a little more scratch resistant than epoxy would be. But of course a ring, you know, it's on your finger, so it's going to get used, and I have no doubt that this ring is going to get beat up. But what I want to do is an experiment to see if this thing holds up, like you know, to daily use, and just see how things work out with that. And I'll come back and revisit this ring in a later video. But yeah, rings. This one's really simple. It's just a simple mahogany band. I put a couple of marks in it with the metallic gold paint, and I think it really looks good. But you could do just all kind of inlays, laminates, just all kind of stuff you could do with this. The little mandrel that I made right here, it took what, 2 minutes to make this mandrel. I don't know if it's, you know, small enough for the smallest rings, but it was easy to make, and I know it'll go on up to a really big ring, so probably most rings would fit on this, and it really holds it good. You know, just bare wood is really all it is, but it holds it really good, and I think I'll be able to use that again later. Right now it's in my spigot jaws, but I do have my center marked, so I can bring my center mark up, put it back in the jaws, and have it dead centered again, and we're ready to go. So, but anyway, with that, I'll let you go. Oh, I enjoyed using my Carter & Son spindle gouge there for the 10 seconds that I used it. We'll revisit that a little bit later. But anyway, thanks Carter & Tools for sending me the tools and stuff. And, you know, hopefully everybody will enjoy watching those tools in use in my next upcoming videos. So y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all down the road.